Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Walk the Talk with Balbir. Today I have this gorgeously stunning young lady sitting with me, Ekta Khelani, the woman behind Casa Novo. So while you're designing, what are the most thought senses that you look at?
Every time we hand over a residence, we always pick a luxury and a specific, not luxury, a specific signature scent for that home.
So how easy or difficult is it to work internationally? I mean, in India, we all know it's like, and our work is mostly done.
So
how does it?
The way the contracting teams work internationally, especially in the western part of the world, it's definitely different. It's more organized, it's more systematic. So how different it is there is a lot of professional conduct in dealings with vendors, but the beauty of the freedom of craftsmanship and being able to customize things in India, that is a luxury that only we have. So it's a mix.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Walk the Talk with Balbir. Today I have this gorgeously stunning young lady sitting with me, Ekta Khelani, the woman behind Casa Novo. Hi Ekta.
Hi.
Welcome to Walk the Talk with Balbir.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for your time. So tell me something about Casa Novo.
Casa Novo is we're a 10-year-old interior design firm. We specialize in luxury, residential and select commercial work, and we are in the industry for over a decade now, and we are focused on bespoke tailored interiors for people looking for something special.
What is your preferred style and philosophy at Casa Novo?
So essentially our philosophy is we work to create interiors that would truly elevate the lives of whoever our clients are. So the philosophy is to create an energetic space that uplifts and inspires, and keeping that in mind, we work on various projects, whether they are residential or commercial, depending on what comes along and what.
So while you're designing, what are the most thought senses that you look at?
So I mean, of course, when one designs, you're wanting to appeal to someone's visual sense, or you're trying to appeal to their textural sense by creating layers through fabrics and fixtures and features. But at a very fundamental level, we are trying to appeal to that feeling sense of whoever enters a space that is designed by us. So almost like we want to give that user or the client that feeling that the space is hugging them, and that is what we kind of try to work to create at Casa.
That's really warm, I mean, that's what actually, you give a very good example of, they feel that hug.
But really, like genuinely, we try to create spaces that feel energetically uplifting, and we can't put a finger on it. It's like if you enter a really grand, you could enter something that's designed really grand and elaborate, versus you enter a small apartment and it feels really good. So that completion in a project through a lot of small elements that come together to create that feeling, that is what we are trying to usually evoke in a client.
So just for my information, what are those small elements? If you could name a few, like
so
two,
for
three.
Example, we are known to style our projects really elaborately and really beautifully. So every time we hand over a residence, we always pick a luxury and a specific, not luxury, a specific signature scent for that home.
Okay.
So you know because you get to know the clients so well and so beautifully over the course of working with them. So small details like that, or even from a very functional point of view, like a client would feel really taken care of when there are small details in the carpentry, in the joinery, in the way the home is designed or a workspace is designed to suit their vision for what they'd like. So small details like that make someone feel like it's really truly a bespoke experience.
That really touches the heart, I think, because the small things, that that actually go a long way in true sense.
No, they do, and
Yeah.
there's so much beautiful work out there, and there's so much talent. So I find myself telling my team, talking about this very often, that it is the energy of what goes into the design process that eventually comes through once we are done, and the client gets to use that space.
So when we were talking, you mentioned you do a lot of global projects.
So we've been lucky enough to get a foothold into international markets. We have done projects in London and in Dubai and in Singapore, but it's slow and steady, and we are really excited about having that chance and that exposure to work
That's
in
great.
cities outside of Bombay.
So how easy or difficult is it to work internationally? I mean, in India, we all know it's like,
Yeah.
and our work is
Yeah.
mostly done.
So
So how does it feel to function there?
So in terms of the design process of how we would approach and conceptualize a project, it's the same.
It's the same, for sure.
But in terms of the way the contracting teams work internationally, especially in the western part of the world, it's definitely different. It's more organized. It's more systematic. We realize that as a young firm from India, that we also bring really good systems into practice that we wish to now employ and use in our projects in India. So how different it is there is a lot of professional conduct in dealings with vendors, but the beauty of the freedom of craftsmanship and being able to customize things in India, that is a luxury that only we have. So it's a mix.
So what is it that you would want to get, the trends that you would want to get from international waters to India? And of course, you've answered half of my second part of the question, that what is it from India that you would like to take there?
Oh wow, that's so honestly, in terms of what I would like to bring from there to India, and this is again something that I see very required for India, is time management. The value of time, and those guys use time as a proper resource, like the way we would use money. They understand and intelligently use time. So if we could have that employed in cities in India, it would be a game changer. And what could be brought to the West is India has so much. There's such a rich, there's so much richness
Culture.
in terms of the craftsmanship in India. So I feel like the West still does not have a clue of how beautifully that could be used in terms of woodwork and in terms of detailing. So the craftsmen here, our karigars, and the talent that they have, we don't find that in the best of the Western world, and the price you pay there is something crazy. So if India could in a way monetize on that beautiful craftsmanship and not let that kind of dwindle, that would be a beautiful something
That's
India
great.
could take there.
I hope we can work on those.
I'm sure actually
points.
people are, but it has to be
Definitely,
it
yeah.
has to be valued more.
So who is the architect, artist, or any other interior designer that you admire
So-
or are inspired by?
Honestly, there are so many around the world, it's impossible to kind of narrow it down. But lately I've been following the work of the David Collins Studio, and they are doing some incredible hospitality and retail projects around the world, and I have had the chance of experiencing their spaces, their bars, their restaurants, and the way they are managed and the way they are crafted is gorgeous. Then of course you have Kelly Wersler with this crazy bold expression and cutting edge design that again it takes guts to be that kind of a designer, and it is super inspiring to see that kind of work in our time.
So are you looking at doing such kind of work in the near future?
Our philosophy is very, my personal interest in terms of design is very catered to what a client would love. So I've not reached that place of wanting to create design just for my creative expression. It's more designed to suit a client's, vision for their life. So I don't see myself having that crazy approach to design. But in fact, what we are trying to bring in as a studio is a very timeless, a very classic approach to design and create spaces that would age really well.
So, what made you steer towards this creative and noble profession that you are into today?
Um, so honestly, growing up, I was two things. I was a very creative, spiritualist kind of a person who also loved material objects and beautiful things, and that always confused me because I was always drawn to this very slow, easy spiritual life. Plus, I was also completely obsessed with beauty. And so, over as I grew up and when I realized interior design was something for me, everything made sense because it gives me that chance to express creatively, and also makes me feel like the work we do uh, has meaning. So we work with that intention to create something that will actually affect the life of whoever appoints us.
So, tell me something, Ekta, when it comes to the upcoming designers, probably students or those young aspiring designers, what is your message for them?
But I think I'm too young to give.
I wanted to say that, but I felt that, it's more of experience.
No, I'm
Age is
kidding.
not
I'm
something
kidding.
that.
I mean, these are notes that I'd make to myself if I had known when I started my career. The first one would be never underestimate the value of a very strong educational background in design. We are not living in that time anymore where you could just be passionate about design, especially interiors or architecture, and just decide to start something or even get employed in that field. We are in a time where the level of professionalism and the detailing that design houses in India are bringing to the table it's incredible. So to any young aspiring designer, please get your education in place. And the second most important thing would be to find an amazing mentor. It could be anyone whose work you really, really admire, and find a way to work with them. I mean, this is something I wish I knew when I was younger. Find a way to get a chance to work with them and do the work, and like let it be a slow burn, and you
So,
definitely
did you have
see.
a mentor?
I didn't, and I hate, like I'm still ready to, like, go and
Oh, wow.
literally work with. There's so many people I'd love to work with, but I'm not in that space, and I have my studio now.
Correct.
But it's a forever learning process, and I always tell younger members from my team that you could be in this line of work for even 20-30 years, and because of constant changing scape and technology, you'd constantly be growing and learning.
So
it's
basically,
phenomenal.
you didn't get a mentor, but you're already mentoring people, your
I'm
juniors or your
I'm trying to
team.
create a team. I'm trying to create a team that really enjoys working in the
Of
space
course.
and is very excited and passionate. And I think, yeah, so I'm also always looking out for people who are passionate and excited for design.
I'm sure there must be many coming to you because of your experience and the kind of warm person that you are. That you seem to be like really wanting to go out there and mentor people and have that kind of that quality team.
So I'll be
From-
very honest, like if you ask me who my mentors have been, I've had a couple clients, in fact, in my career who have indirectly become mentors, for whom we've done bunches of projects over the years, and they've seen us grow, and I have learned work ethic from those guys.
Lovely.
And I have learned how to get better and better. So yeah, that is what I would tell any young person, like find a good design house and like rough it out.
I'm sure you'll have many wanting to join you. I'm so sure about that.
Thank you.
I'm sure.
Yeah, please, any young people out there who are really, really incredibly talented, please contact us.
Yes, I'm sure you're going to definitely have a great experience working with Ekta. Ekta, tell me something about Ace Tech.
Ace Tech, okay. I think I always say this. I remember telling you the last time we met. I feel like I grew up with Ace Tech because when I came onto the scene as a young designer, Ace Tech was still kind of young. And over the years, I've seen the exhibition and the setup grow and upgrade and level up, and it's phenomenal to see that growth, and really excited to be a part of it this year and attend and see all of this amazing all of the amazing offerings that our country has, which are usually seen by all of us at ACE. So it's become like one-stop shop for us annually. We look forward to visiting.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ekta. Thanks again.
Thank you so much
lovely-
for talking to me about
Yeah.
something I actually love speaking about.
Wow, I'm honored myself. Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody. We shall see you in the next episode.